Hi again. Now this episode we're going to touch on how to buy a property without an agent. First, I think you need to figure out the budget and also need to get a pre-approved mortgage loan from a bank. Most people who wants to purchase a property in Singapore will need a bank loan. So first you need to approach a bank, and if you're buying a private properties, you need to get a in-principle approval, which we call IPA. And if you are buying a HDB resales and still want to get a bank loan direct from HDB itself, then you need to apply from home loan eligibility, which we call HLE. This will give you a few benefits. First, of course, you will know how much is your maximum budget that you can go up to, so that when you go out and you look up for any properties, you will not go above what you can afford. Okay. Secondly, if you go and approach a seller and you tell them that you already got your IPA or you got your HLE approved, then you will show your sincerity to actually purchase that property, and I think they will be very willing to negotiate with you. Okay, so first approach a bank, or you need to apply HDB, you need to go to the portal. Okay, second will be you need to find out which neighborhood or which house is more suitable for you, find the right home for yourself. Okay, first you need to do some research, and then basically you must know what's your priorities. Whether do you prefer public transport like MRT or near to a very good school. So basically, averagely, you must also find out what are the average selling price around that neighborhood. So you can actually search online. There are a few portals you can go to, like Property Guru, okay, and basically or HPlot. Then you can actually search which area. They also have some other informations in there too, so you will know more about them. And when you purchase a property, we have this what we call caveat emptor. It means let the buyers beware. So if you are already arranging for properties and you are doing the viewing, you have to ask specific questions to the seller itself. Mainly you got to touch on the structure. Like very common in Singapore will be, is there any water leakage, especially in the bathroom from the upstairs down to your unit if you're looking at condominiums. Or maybe is there any electricals, how long is the electrical wire has been laid there, when was the last renovations, or maybe something like, is there any remodeling done to the unit, and is there a permit that they already got it before they actually do it. All right, so all these specific questions you have to ask very precisely, especially for those who are looking to buy a landed property, because there's a lot of owners out there has done a lot of modifications and then they did it without permit, out of probably ignorance, or sometimes it's very deliberate. Okay, after when you see the place, you like the place, of course you would like to make an offer. Okay, firstly, before you make an offer, you must also do some research around the area to see what was the average selling price. The past transaction price, as I mentioned in my previous video, you can actually get from the URA website, or you can get to some portal. They will actually give you some updates. And then maybe you want to research in that area, is there any other units that is similar as selling? So you can actually compare what is the selling price. Of course, you can also make inquiry whether are they higher level or lower level for condominiums, or if it's landed, of course, specific questions like when did they last build and all those. So all this more research, I think you have to spend time before you make an offer. Okay, so if the offer has been accepted, then we go down to the agreement we call option to purchase. Usually for option to purchase, you have to place a deposit. So for private properties, usually it's 1% of the sales price. For HDB is maximum $1,000 for the initial options. Okay, when you negotiate the terms, you also have to negotiate that how long is your option period. Okay, option period means this is like a cooling time. So you place a deposit, you have about private properties, usually we put 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks of cooling period. If you don't go ahead to exercise, your deposit will be confiscated or forfeited. and but then the sales will be null and void, and no claims will be from both parties on each other. Okay, for HDB you have 21 days, and basically that is the time stated by the HDB. Lender is the same as private property. So, and inside the option to purchase, you have to specify the date of the options, okay, your name, clearly your name, or whoever is buying together with you, because one option is issued usually is not changeable, all right, unless you have other options like end of nominee, okay, and then the time or the date of the completion date, all right. And if there are any other special terms you want to add in, you have to negotiate before you place a deposit, and the seller will sign the options and give it to you. Okay, then after you got the options, then you have to finalize your home loan. So taking an option to purchase, you will go back to your bank, submit this OTP to them. But I will suggest to you to go to a few banks to get different rates first, so you can do some comparings, because there are a few different offers from different banks. Basically, you must see what are the package and choose the one that is more suitable for yourself. So at the end, once you get the in-principle approval initially, with the bank, you've already confirmed, they will give you a letter of offer to confirm the loan, and they will start the process to release the fund once after you exercise the option. Okay, and in the end, if you decided not to go ahead during this cooling period, where we call option period, then I'm going to repeat, your deposit will be forfeited, but from there on, both parties cannot claim on each other. But if you have exercised, then the seller has the right to force you to certain performance to complete the sales, or there will be a penalty. All right, so that ends how to buy a properties without an agent. I hope those who are doing this purchase on your own will find the information that I've given you useful. And if you still find that it's still too complicated and you want to be assured, of course, as I said, you still can engage property agents to help you and share with us your stories. Okay, I'm Jen Tan. Always love to hear from you.